Welcome back to Common Sense. I'm Wendy Bell. Joe and Kamala's re-election slogan is, let's finish the job, which to the rest of America is totally terrifying. They want to finish? Finish what? Destroying America? This country has fallen apart so quickly under these clowns that now even migrants, people who've risked their lives, they've traveled through the deadly Darien Gap to get here, want to go back home. In today's You Can't Make This Crap Up column, it seems America the Beautiful no longer lives up to its reputation. Great job, Joe. You did that. Let's welcome back the panel. Ari Hoffman hosts The Ari Hoffman Show on Talk Radio 570 AM, KVI in Seattle. Melanie Collette hosts Money Talk with Melanie for 98.7 The Coast in New Jersey. And Barack Lurie hosts The Barack Lurie Show on AM 870 The Answer in Los Angeles, California. Barack, you're up first. So there's this 39-year-old Venezuelan guy, right? He's talking to the Chicago Tribune. And he says this: the American dream doesn't exist anymore. He told the newspaper he and his family plan to go back home, get this, in search of a better life. Barack, they think Venezuela, where 90% of households live in poverty, will be better than what they've experienced so far in America.
Well, in many ways, they might be right. I mean, they've come to discover that the streets are not necessarily paved with gold here in America. It used to be a fantastic country. I think under Trump, it was really one of the golden eras of our time. But here they are now finding out that they're teaching these children these crazy things, not only about how awful America is, but also that a boy can turn into a girl and you can have all sorts of different kinds of sex, and they'll teach that as early as possible to your kids. And then they find that there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of homelessness. I mean, why would they want to come to America at this point? I mean, look at what's happening in Los Angeles and San Francisco. These are states that they're actually coming to. Same thing in New York. So it is not surprising that they actually want to turn tail and come to a different place, maybe not Venezuela, maybe to some other country. There are plenty of other countries that purport to be better than America, so go there.
Right. You know, and Ari, Eric Adams, who's been sucked into this vortex of an alleged elections scheme, says New York City is tapped. There's no room for the 100,000 plus migrants in Chicago. There's so many people, something like 3,000 illegals are sleeping on the floors of police stations. Now, the governor of Massachusetts says, make it stop. Make the madness stop. If Democrats thought open borders would help them curry votes, I'm not going with how it's working.
Oh, it's an absolute disaster. In fact, they're losing the votes of the Hispanic community. They're losing the votes of other minority communities. And you're looking around at the country, and the problem you're having right now in the Republican Party is I don't hear a clear message coming out of the Republican Party. What I hear is Democrats bad for this fire, for that fire, for the other thing. I don't hear a clear, consistent message. And the problem is unless Republicans are running against Joe Biden and not defending themselves or defending any particular candidate, they're going to have real problems at the ballot box, as we've seen consistently the past few election cycles.
Right. No, I don't disagree with you. And Melanie, this is interesting. Chicago residents totally livid over their city sanctuary status. Who wouldn't be? A question on whether that should change will likely be on the primary ballot coming up in March. But get this, community groups, which is code for activists who want to make life miserable, are warning Chicago City Council that turning off the welcome sign would be xenophobic. Everybody's got to be a victim.
How is it? So I think when they turn off the welcome sign, you're turning off the welcome sign to the Irish, to the Russians, to Ukrainians. If you're here illegal, none of those people are black, because you know they don't really care about the white people getting shipped back in Chicago. You understand that, right? So they only care about black and brown people who get turned away. They don't care if white people get turned away. That's just my philosophy. It's just a hint on the things that they talk about. Everyone who is here illegally needs to go back. Be clear about that. And if you're not coming here the right way, a person who does not come here the right way does not deserve to be here. And, you know, listen, let me help you with a ticket if you'd like to go back to Venezuela. We have enough problems here in the United States. We have enough debt, and we cannot afford to support you. That's just the fact, the fact of the matter.
We're already paying the pensions in Ukraine, so what the hell? Add it to the bill. You know, and Ari, I'm not so sure the Biden administration has any clue about how spectacularly disliked they are. Did you see that New York Times, the poll that says 3 in 5 swing state voters support bringing back President Trump's tariffs on China? They want to protect American jobs. Biden wants to protect his 10%.
I'm not sure Joe Biden knows he's president. I mean, he has the best job in the world. Every single morning, he has to wake up and somebody tells him he's president of the United States. So for him to be aware of a poll, where's he been this whole time? I mean, we're literally on the verge of World War III. Everybody could be sucked into this. And I know every once in a while they trot him out like it's the movie Weekend at Bernie's. What's he doing right now? Just as you see next to me, he's kissing butt to a dictator who literally has people in concentration camps less than a month after the worst massacre against Jews since the Holocaust. That's what he's doing right now. What's he giving away this time? I played a montage on my show yesterday, which was all the moments he talks about how he wants to see China rise, how he wants to see China be more successful. This is a communist regime, and that's whose side Joe Biden is on.
No doubt. And Barack, in an unrelated but delicious sidebar, Randy Weingarten, the gay activist teachers union president, wants to know why so many American families are homeschooling. We are all now dumber, Barack.
That's true. Well, if she went to high school herself, she might actually understand the cause and effect that's going on here. These are the same people that are leaving California in droves, leaving New York in droves, leaving Illinois in droves. And the governors of those states have no idea why this is happening. It could be because of the taxes. It could be because of the crime, the homelessness, and so forth. I mean, we've had to move. My family's had to move as well because we saw how horrible California has become. And as a consequence, we're out of there too. But there's no surprise. There should be no surprise that there's a mass exodus going away from their schools. The parents are divorcing their schools. And that is a great thing because they have to have a better life for their kids. That's the only way. And I don't think that these parents really have any choice because of what they're actually teaching. So as a consequence, here we are. And for her to ask the question, what's behind this? I mean, it's just like Kamala Harris with, I'm going to get to the root cause of the problem, right? So we'll find out.
Or
She'll find out.
The border, the border is secure. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today.